Dr. Emma Walsh pressed her tired eyes against the telescope screen. It was 3 in the morning. The small observatory in Montana was quiet. Only the sound of computers humming in the darkness. Emma had been searching the stars for 2 years now, looking for signs of life beyond Earth. She was alone tonight. Her assistant had gone home hours ago. The coffee in her cup was cold, but Emma did not notice. She was focused on the data streaming across her monitor. Lines of green light that showed radio signals from deep space. Most nights brought nothing, just the normal background noise of the universe. Tonight felt different. Emma saw a pattern in the signals, something that made her heart beat faster. It was not random noise. It was organized, structured, almost like a message, Emma whispered to herself. She recorded everything. Her hands shook as she adjusted the telescope. The signal was getting stronger. It was coming from a star system 40 light-years away. But that was impossible. The signal was too strong, too clear. It should take 40 years for any message to reach Earth from that distance. Unless the source was much closer than it appeared. Emma worked through the night, analyzing the data, running it through every program she knew. By dawn, she was certain. The signal was artificial. It was intelligent, and it was moving toward Earth. The message contained mathematical formulas, star charts, and what looked like a countdown. Emma's blood turned cold as she realized what the numbers meant. According to her calculations, whatever was sending the signal would arrive at Earth in exactly 30 days. Emma drove to Washington, D.C. the next morning. She had called every government contact she knew. Finally, someone agreed to listen. She sat in a small conference room with 3 officials. General Harrison from the military, Dr. Roberts from NASA, and Agent Collins from a department she had never heard of. Dr. Walsh, General Harrison said slowly, "You are telling us that aliens are coming to Earth?" Emma nodded. "The signal is definitely from an intelligent source. It contains complex information, star maps, mathematical proofs, and a countdown that ends in 29 days. Dr. Roberts leaned forward. "What kind of information are they sending?" Emma opened her laptop. "Look at this. They are sending us detailed maps of our own solar system. They know about every planet, every moon. They have been watching us for a long time." Agent Collins frowned. "How can you be sure they are hostile?" "I cannot be sure," Emma admitted. "But they are not trying to communicate with us. They are not asking permission to visit. They are simply announcing their arrival. That does not sound peaceful to me." The room was quiet for a long moment. Outside the window, people walked to work, drove their cars, lived their normal lives. None of them knew that everything was about to change. General Harrison was the first to speak. "We need to prepare. If these aliens are dangerous, we must be ready to defend ourselves." "What if they are peaceful?" Dr. Roberts asked. "What if they just want to make contact?" "Then we will welcome them," the general replied, "but we will be prepared for the worst." Agent Collins opened a thick file. "Dr. Walsh, you will work with a special team. We need to learn everything we can about this signal. General Harrison will coordinate our defenses. Dr. Roberts will work with other countries. This cannot remain a secret much longer." As Emma left the meeting, she felt the weight of the world on her shoulders. In 28 days, humanity would meet visitors from another world. She only hoped they would survive the encounter. The alien ship appeared on a Tuesday morning. Emma was in the emergency command center in Colorado when it happened. One moment, the space around Earth was empty. The next moment, a massive object hung in the sky like a second moon. The ship was enormous, larger than any city on Earth. Its surface was dark and smooth, like black glass. It reflected no light, seeming to absorb the sunlight that touched it. It hung motionless above the planet, silent and threatening. "My God," Dr. Roberts whispered, "it is incredible." Emma thought it was terrifying. The ship was beautiful in a cold, alien way, but it felt wrong, like a storm cloud that might bring lightning at any moment. Around the world, people stopped what they were doing and looked up. The ship was visible even in daylight, a dark shadow against the blue sky. Television stations interrupted their programs. The internet crashed as billions of people tried to share news and photos. In the command center, dozens of officers and scientists worked frantically. Radar showed that the ship was scanning Earth, sending invisible beams toward the planet. "They are studying us," Emma said. General Harrison nodded grimly. "The question is, what do they plan to do with what they learn?" The answer came 6 hours later. The aliens began their communication at sunset. Every television, radio, and computer screen on Earth suddenly showed the same image. A face that was almost human, but not quite right. The alien had pale, gray skin, large, dark eyes that seemed to see everything. Its head was larger than a human head, its neck thin and long. When it spoke, its voice was soft but cold. The words were in perfect English. "People of Earth," the alien said, "we greet you. We are the Zephyrians. We have traveled far to reach your world. We come seeking new resources, new knowledge, new specimens for our collection." Emma felt her heart sink. They were not peaceful. They spoke of humans like objects to be collected. The alien continued, "We have studied your species for many generations. We have watched your development, your wars, your technology. You have reached a level that interests us. You will be useful to our purposes." The transmission paused. Around the world, People stared at their screens in growing terror. The aliens did not want to communicate. They wanted to use humanity for their own purposes. We will begin the collection process tomorrow. Do not resist. Resistance will only cause unnecessary suffering. Those who cooperate will be treated well. Those who fight will be eliminated. The transmission ended. Across the planet, panic began to spread. The aliens had not come in peace. They had come to harvest humanity like crops in a field. The aliens began their work the next morning. Small ships descended from the mothership. Each one was about the size of a house. They moved silently through Earth's atmosphere, landing in cities around the world. From each ship, tall, thin figures emerged. They wore silver suits that seemed to shine with their own light. They carried devices that looked like metal rods. When they pointed these devices at humans, something terrible happened. The humans would stop moving. Their eyes would become blank and empty. They would walk calmly toward the alien ships, like sleepwalkers following a dream. Families were separated, children taken from their parents. No one could resist the alien devices. Emma watched the horror from the command center. Military forces tried to fight back. Soldiers fired their weapons at the aliens, but the bullets seemed to pass right through them. Missiles exploded harmlessly against their ships. The aliens were protected by some kind of energy field. "They are taking everyone," Dr. Roberts said, his voice shaking. "Millions of people." General Harrison was shouting orders into his radio, but it was hopeless. Humanity's weapons were useless against the alien technology. They were like children throwing stones at tanks. Then something unexpected happened. One of the taken humans returned. He walked into the command center, moving stiffly like a robot. His eyes were empty, emotionless. It was Colonel Martinez, one of General Harrison's best officers. "I have been processed," he said in a flat, mechanical voice. "The aliens have improved me. I am better now. I serve their purposes. Soon you will join me." Emma stared at the man in horror. He had been a good soldier, a loyal friend. Now he was something else, something empty. The aliens were not just taking people, they were changing them, turning them into servants. They are not killing people, Emma realized. They are converting them, making them into workers, into slaves. As days passed, the alien harvest continued. Millions of humans were taken, processed, and returned as empty servants. The converted humans helped the aliens, pointing out hiding places, revealing the locations of survivors. But some humans fought back. Emma found herself leading a small group of survivors in the mountains. They had escaped the initial harvest by hiding in underground bunkers. Now they moved carefully through the wilderness, trying to avoid alien patrols. The group included General Harrison, Dr. Roberts, and 20 soldiers and scientists. They had salvaged equipment from the command center, including Emma's original signal data. They were looking for a weakness, some way to fight back. "There has to be something," Emma said, as they huddled in a cave. "The aliens are advanced, but they are not gods. Every technology has limits." General Harrison shook his head. "Our weapons do not work. Our communications are jammed. Half the world has been converted. What can we possibly do?" Dr. Roberts looked up from the alien data he was studying. "Emma, look at this. I have been analyzing the original signal. There is something strange about their power source." Emma examined the data. Her eyes widened. "The signal shows massive energy fluctuations. Their ship is not as stable as it appears. Their power system has a rhythm like a heartbeat." "What does that mean?" General Harrison asked. Emma's face grew pale. "I think their ship has a central power core. If we could disrupt it, overload it somehow, the entire ship might shut down." "How?" Dr. Roberts asked. "We cannot even get close to their ship." Emma thought for a moment. "We do not need to get close. We need to send them a signal, a virus, something that will interfere with their systems." She began working frantically on her laptop, using the aliens' own signal patterns against them. If she could create a feedback loop, a recursive program that would overload their computers, it might work. "It is dangerous," she warned. "If this fails, they will know exactly where we are. They will come for us." General Harrison nodded grimly. "Do it. We have nothing left to lose." Emma worked through the night, creating a computer virus using the aliens' own mathematical formulas. She embedded it in a signal that looked like a response to their original message. The aliens would think humanity was trying to communicate. They would not suspect an attack. "Ready," she announced at dawn. "But I need a powerful transmitter, something strong enough to reach their ship." "The old radio telescope at Greenbank. It is only 50 miles from here, if it is still operational." They made the dangerous journey through alien-controlled territory, moving at night, hiding during the day. The converted humans patrolled the roads, their empty eyes scanning for survivors. But Emma's group moved like ghosts, using every trick they knew to avoid detection. The radio telescope was damaged but functional. Emma and Dr. Roberts worked to repair the transmitter, while General Harrison's soldiers kept watch. It took 6 hours to get the system online. "This is it," Emma said, her finger hovering over the transmission button. "Once I send this, there is no going back." She pressed the button. The virus shot into space, traveling at the speed of light toward the alien ship. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the ship began to flicker. Its smooth surface rippled like water. Strange lights appeared along its hull. "It is working," Dr. Roberts whispered. The alien ship shuddered, its perfect stability wavering.
The smaller ships that had been harvesting humans suddenly stopped, hanging motionless in the air. Around the world, the converted humans collapsed, their connection to the alien network severed. But the victory was temporary. The aliens quickly adapted. Their ship stabilized. The lights stopped flickering. Within an hour, they had repaired the damage and isolated their systems from further attack. "They learned from our virus," Emma said, her heart sinking. "They will not fall for the same trick twice." The alien response was swift and terrible. Energy beams lanced down from the ship, targeting the radio telescope. Emma and her team barely escaped as the entire facility exploded in a ball of fire.
The aliens were angry now. Their harvest became more aggressive, more violent. They began destroying cities that showed resistance. Entire populations were eliminated rather than converted. The message was clear: submit or die. Emma's group retreated deeper into the mountains. They were running out of options, running out of time. The aliens would find them eventually, and when they did, there would be no mercy. "We failed," General Harrison said, his voice heavy with despair. "We cannot fight them. We cannot hide from them. Humanity is finished." But Emma was not ready to give up. She studied the data from their failed attack, looking for clues, for weaknesses. The aliens had adapted quickly, but adaptation took energy, resources. Maybe that was the key. "They are not invincible," she said suddenly. "Look at this. When we attacked their ship, their power consumption spiked. They had to divert energy from other systems to repair the damage." "So?" Dr. Roberts asked. "So we attack everything at once, not just their ship, but all their systems, their smaller ships, their communication networks, their converted humans. If we can force them to spread their resources too thin, they will collapse," General Harrison finished, understanding dawning in his eyes. "But how do we coordinate such an attack? Most of our communications are down." Emma smiled grimly. "We use their own network against them. The converted humans are still connected to their systems. If we can hack that connection, turn their own servants into weapons." It was a desperate plan, requiring precise timing and enormous risk. But it was their only chance. Emma began working on a new virus, one designed not to destroy the alien systems, but to turn them against each other. The attack began at midnight. Emma's virus spread through the alien network like wildfire. But instead of shutting down their systems, it reprogrammed them. The converted humans suddenly stopped obeying alien commands. Their empty eyes flickered with confusion, then with anger. Around the world, the converted humans turned on their alien masters. They attacked the small ships, overwhelmed the tall figures in silver suits. Years of suppressed humanity burst forth in a wave of violence and rebellion. The aliens were caught completely off guard. They had never expected their own servants to rebel. Their perfect control system became their greatest weakness. As the converted humans fought back, the aliens' power grid became overloaded, trying to regain control of millions of rebellious servants. Emma watched from the mountains as the alien ship began to falter. Its smooth surface cracked, revealing the complex machinery beneath. Energy discharges arced across its hull. The ship was tearing itself apart, unable to handle the massive power drain. "It is working," Dr. Roberts shouted. "The ship is losing power." But the aliens had one final trick. As their ship began to fail, they activated a self-destruct sequence. Rather than be defeated, they would destroy themselves and take Earth with them. The ship's power core began to overload, building toward a massive explosion that would devastate the planet. "They are going to blow up the ship," General Harrison said, his face pale. "The explosion will be like a nuclear bomb. It will kill millions." Emma's mind raced. There had to be a way to stop it, to redirect the explosion. Then she remembered something from the original signal. The aliens' own star charts, their navigation data. "I can redirect the explosion," she said. "Use their own navigation system to push the ship away from Earth. But someone has to get close enough to upload the program directly." "That is suicide," Dr. Roberts protested. "The radiation alone will kill anyone who gets near that ship." Emma was already putting on her coat. "Then I guess this is goodbye." Emma flew toward the alien ship in a small helicopter, the last functional aircraft they could find. The ship loomed above her like a dying star, energy crackling across its surface. She had perhaps 10 minutes before the core exploded. The upload program was ready, stored on a simple tablet computer. All she had to do was get close enough to connect to the ship's external systems. If the program worked, it would redirect the ship's final trajectory, sending it harmlessly into space. As she approached the ship, the radiation levels spiked. Emma felt her skin burning, her vision blurring. But she pressed on, guided by determination and the knowledge that billions of lives depended on her success. She found an access port on the ship's hull, a small opening designed for maintenance drones. With shaking hands, she connected her tablet to the alien system. The upload began, slowly, agonizingly slowly. "Come on, Emma," whispered, her voice weak. "Come on." The ship shuddered around her, the power core reaching critical levels. Emma's tablet showed the upload at 70%, 80%, 90%. She could feel her strength fading, the radiation poisoning taking its toll. At 98%, the upload stalled. Emma's tablet flickered, its circuits damaged by the alien energy fields. She had seconds left, maybe less. With her last conscious act, she slammed her fist against the tablet, jarring its circuits back to life. 100%. Upload complete. The alien ship lurched, its massive bulk beginning to move, slowly at first, then with increasing speed. It climbed away from Earth, carrying its deadly payload toward the emptiness of space. Emma watched through fading eyes as the planet fell away below her, safe, protected, free. The explosion, when it came, was visible from Earth's surface, a new star blazing briefly in the night sky, then fading to darkness. The alien ship was gone, along with the woman who had saved the world. 6 months later, Earth was slowly healing. The converted humans had been freed from alien control, though many bore psychological scars from their experience. Cities were being rebuilt, governments reformed, humanity was learning to live again. Dr. Robert stood at the site where Emma's observatory had once been. A new telescope was being built here, bigger and more powerful than the old one. It would be called the Walsh Array, in honor of the woman who had given her life to save humanity. The stars looked different now, no longer mysterious and welcoming, but potentially dangerous. Humanity had learned that they were not alone in the universe, and that not all visitors came in peace. But they had also learned that they could fight back, that courage and intelligence could triumph over superior technology. As Dr. Roberts looked up at the night sky, he wondered if other alien races were out there, watching, waiting, planning their own visits to Earth. If they were, humanity would be ready. They had learned the hard way that the universe was a dangerous place, but they had also learned they could defend themselves. The stars twinkled peacefully in the darkness, but Dr. Roberts knew that peace was fragile, temporary. Somewhere in the vast emptiness of space, other ships might already be traveling toward Earth, carrying new threats, new challenges. But humanity would be watching, waiting, ready to defend their world against whatever came from the stars. Emma Walsh had given them that chance, that hope, that future. Her sacrifice would not be forgotten, and her vigil would continue in the eyes of every human who looked up at the night sky and wondered what might be looking back. The universe was vast and full of mysteries, some beautiful, some terrible. But Earth was humanity's home, and they would protect it no matter what the cost. The new dawn was breaking, and with it came the promise of a future where humanity would never again be caught unprepared. They had learned to watch the skies, to listen for signals, to be ready for the next visitors from beyond the stars. And in the quiet moments between heartbeats, between breaths, they remembered the woman who had saved them all. Dr. Emma Walsh, guardian of Earth, protector of humanity, hero of the stars.